questioning of the jurors, or potential jurors, I should say?
Judge Ashley, I agree with Joe completely on this one. In this case, like most cases, comes down to jury selection. We're dealing with critical issues regarding race and, law enforcement, McMichael's former law enforcement and views. So the picking the right jury, and we saw this in the Derek Chauvin trial, is everything in this type of case. So the parties are trying to set forth their legal strategies and move those chess pieces around the board. So we talked about peremptories, we talked about the additional strikes, we talked about rehabilitating jurors, right? So the defense wants any jurors that have strong feelings about this case to go, not be rehabilitated. The judge wasn't having that. We talked about the alternates and them not knowing their alternates. That's never fun. But I understand why trial attorneys like that. So all of these steps, all these tactics are to try to get a jury that is at least favorable to the themes in your case, because the entire country has watched the video of Ahmaud Arbery getting shot. So they're going to have preconceived notions when they walk into that Georgia courtroom.
And about the pretrial, if you had to say, which side do you think fared better during the hearing today?
Judge Ashley, I think the government did, and that's my pro-government bias there. But I agree with Michelle. The critical pretrial motions weren't heard today. Those are going to be the motions in limine, and we know the defense is going to try to admit evidence of Ahmaud Arbery's prior contacts with law enforcement to argue that he was combative, he was hostile, he was aggressive. I think the judge will exclude that evidence, and I think the prosecution will wisely not get into that and open the door. But as far as today, I think the government fared better because the defense asked for a lot today, sort of above and beyond your typical jury selection, and the judge shot most of it down. So we're going to handle this straight up like typical cases. Obviously, jury selection is going to be longer. We're going to have questionnaires. We're going to have more peremptories, but really it's going to make or break this case. And I like to call it opposite day, because normally as a prosecutor, you want conservative, older jurors that have really strong views about law enforcement. They're pro-police officer. And again, we're not dealing with police officers in this case, but it's a typical former law enforcement case with respect to Gregory McMichael. But the state's going to want opposite jurors that are younger, more liberal, woke jurors, as we like to call them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how jury selection goes and the type of jurors that the state of Georgia is going to want in this case.